Welcome. This video is brought to you by My Shoe Covers reusable and washable booties for residential contractors with a grip you can count on. Running an HVAC business and wondering how to price your jobs? Pricing correctly can make or break your business. In this video, we'll walk you through how to price HVAC jobs and ensure you're charging what you're worth while staying competitive. Whether you're just starting out or looking to improve your pricing strategy in your growing business, you've come to the right place. When pricing HVAC jobs, you need to consider three key components: labor, materials, and overhead costs. Let's break each of these down. Number 1. Labor. This is the cost of your time and the time of your crew. If it is just you in the business, the labor cost will be only your labor. If you have employees, such as HVAC technicians, HVAC service managers, HVAC salespeople, office manager, administrative assistants, customer service representatives, marketing and social media managers, or warehouse inventory staff, you will add all your employees' labor cost. Don't forget to factor in things like taxes, insurance, and benefits if you're paying employees. Number 2, materials. For any HVAC job, you'll need to account for the materials you're using, whether it's ductwork, refrigerant, piping, fittings, thermostats, air filters, condensate pumps, vents and registers, blower motors, compressors, expansion valves, evaporator and condenser coils, heating elements, capacitors and contractors, or any other components. Make sure you're including the cost of the products plus any delivery or markup fees. Always keep track of what's used so you can stay accurate with pricing. Number 3, overhead. This includes everything else that you spend on to run your HVAC business. Rent or mortgage for office, shop space, utilities like electricity, water, internet, phone, insurance such as general liability, workers' compensation, vehicle insurance, vehicle expenses like fuel, maintenance, registration, depreciation, advertising costs like online ads, print ads, software subscriptions, licensing and permit fees, training and certification costs, or any other cost. You want to make sure your business stays profitable, so you need to factor in a portion of these expenses into your pricing. After calculating your annual labor and overhead, you need to determine your hourly rate charged to the customer for you to break even. This is the step that many HVAC business owners miss, so pay close attention. Let's leave the material cost aside for now. We will discuss it a little later in the video. First, you have to determine your actual billable hours. For simplicity, let's just assume that it is just you in the business for now. You are paying yourself $60,000 per year, and your overhead cost is $30,000 per year. With 40 hours work week and 52 weeks per year, that comes up to 2080 hours available billable hours per year. Let's subtract 1 month or 160 hours for vacation and sick days, and we are left with 1920 hours available to bill per year. You have to find out how many hours you and your technicians can actually bill to the customer. As a minimum, you should be billing at least 50% of your time. You are still working 8 hours a day or paying someone for 8 hours, but you are billing the customer for only 4 hours. Remember, you had 1920 hours available to bill at 50% actual billing to the customer. This brings down your actual billing hours to 960 hours per year. You had $60K salary and $30K overhead with 960 actual billing hours. You will divide $90K to the 960 hours and get the break-even hourly rate of $93.75. Thus, you need to bill your customer $93.75 per hour for labor just to cover your salary plus overhead. Let's assume that you hire 2 technicians in your HVAC business and 1 CSR to help with the scheduling and billing, and your overhead cost is now $300,000. Since you have 2 technicians and you on the field, your available billing hours will be 3 times 960 or 2880. By dividing your annual overhead of $300K to 2880, your new break-even hourly rate will be $104.16. Now that we know our break-even hourly rate, we have to add profit for our business. A healthy gross profit margin for an HVAC business is between 20 and 30%. Let's assume that your desired gross profit margin is 20%. In our example solo HVAC business, you will divide your break-even hourly rate of 93.75 by 0.80 and get your new hourly rate of 117.85. This is the hourly rate that you need to charge your customer to cover your labor and your overhead, and brings you a 20% gross profit margin. Remember, we are not talking about the materials yet. In our 2 extra technician business and 1 CSR example, you and each technician will have to be charging $130.20 per hour. Essentially, when you add an employee or any other overhead expense that does not increase your billable hours, you will have to increase your hourly rate to cover for the new expense. Next, we have to account for materials inefficiency and waste. You and your technicians will not be able to always accurately calculate your material cost for the job. Let's assume that your business is 90% efficient. This means that for every $100 spent on materials, you will be losing $10. To compensate for the material inefficiency and waste, you have to increase your material price when billing the customer. To account for those inefficiencies in our example, we will divide 100 by 0.90 and charge our customer $111. Now that you know your billing rate per hour and how to account for material inefficiencies, you can provide your customer with a fixed cost. The cost for the job will include the number of hours that it takes you to do the job multiplied by your hourly rate plus the material cost. The more you increase your actual billing hours and the higher the material efficiency, the more you will save time, reduce waste, save money, and improve the profitability of your business. And there you have it. Pricing HVAC jobs might seem tricky at first, but with the right formula and some careful planning, you'll be able to price your services accurately and confidently. Make sure you're not just covering your costs, but also making a profit. On behalf of the My Shoe Covers team, thank you for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more HVAC business tips. And if you have any questions about pricing your HVAC jobs, leave them in the comments below.